He has been shooting the cover off the basketball, 50, 50, 90 over the last 11. One of the best stretches of his young career. It feels like he's been in the league a long time, but this is just year 4.
That's the gold standard, 50, 50, 90.
And LeBron James doing what he does. He's really left-handed, so.
Of course, Lakers have multiple players who can and will bring it up. Good ball fake, little ball fake, then step back. Luka magic from 3.
We talk about finishing the quarter strong as well and scoring off of putbacks.
Yeah, they've been the worst shooting team in the NBA. So in other words, they're going to get plenty of putbacks. Exactly. That's a great point. Here is Doncic. That is fresh snow from the outside for Luka. Into the attacking 47 feet. Abaji's right on him. Luka wants to go up and under, and he does for 2 more. Yeah! With the deliberate yo-yo dribble out on top. Minute and a half. Lakers on their way to a win. And we're going to give away tacos in a minute because he's got 42.
They said that sometimes a game like this can almost feel like an extension of the road trip, still fatigued and everything. How did you guys push through it and just get to the 4th quarter and open the separation there?
Stuck with it. We didn't play the way we wanted to, obviously. But you're going to have games like that, and you just got to find ways to win them.
All of your threes, 4 of them came in the 4th quarter. When the jumper isn't there in the first 3, how do you kind of find it? And then once you find it, how do you stick with it?
Keep shooting it. That's really it.
Keep it pretty simple. Luka, another 40-point night. I know that he's been doing this very consistently. But what has that meant, just raising the floor for the team from an offensive standpoint?
Yeah, and he continues to drop in the MVP race, which is insane to me. So I guess it don't really matter. Maybe he's got to score 60. I don't know.
Where do you guys do as you move forward now? Not that many games left, Austin. You get a little rest, and then the back-to-back coming up on Monday and Tuesday. How do you kind of continue this momentum that you've been building up to this point?
Just continue playing the right way and, sticking to schemes, playing with effort, and, continuing to battle. Games that, we don't have our best, we stick, in the game because of the way we play and how hard we play. So we got to continue to do that and keep connecting.
All right, go get some rest.
JJ had hinted before the game, just sometimes the first home game back after a long trip can just feel like almost an extension of the trip from an energy standpoint. How did you guys kind of find it in that 4th to separate?
Just trying to close the game. We know what we do down the stretch. Obviously, we didn't play well for 3 quarters, but then it was a good end of the quarter, so we won the game.
Luka, you scored 41 again. That's 2 straight 40-point games, 6 in your last 12. What's allowed you to not only reach this level, but sustain this scoring rhythm you've been in?
Good question. I mean, just playing my game, just trying to get downhill. Sometimes the 3 is going, sometimes not. Just trying to touch the paint and make plays and see what the difference gives me.
Luka, you picked up your 16th technical again. What kind of happened on that play?
He was in my face 3 times. I just wanted to get out of there. It's a double tech, of course. What can I say? I didn't even talk. I just wanted to get out of there. They said my push was exaggerated, which was obviously not. And I don't know what else to tell you, man.
Luka, just the fact that you played through your hamstring and got through this game, got through this whole road trip, how do you feel like you need to approach these next 2 days of rest?
It's definitely, we got two games, 2 days between finally. I think it's the first time we got 2 days between the games after All-Star. So definitely get a lot of ice, a lot of recovery.
Luka, la posibilidad latente del MVP con los cánticos de la afición, ¿qué significaría eso para ti? ¿Cómo ves esta carrera a final de temporada?
Sí, ojalá, pero mejor que juegue, voy más para abajo en el rating, así que no sé lo que puedo hacer más.
Luka, obviously at this point, you guys are looking towards the playoffs, but how are you kind of approaching these last few games, and what is kind of your focus as you guys wind down the season?
We're not looking at playoffs at all. We're going game by game. The West is very tight, so we need to go game by game and focus on the playoffs when we get there.
Luka Doncic, because the brilliance has been on display for the entire year, but when you look at what he's done in the month of March, and especially over these last 12 games, again, scoring his average in these 12 games, he got to 41. James, he had 24 at half, 5 of 10 from 3, had the 8 rebounds, the 3 assists, and he just continues to be able to do this every night.
It's almost like cruise controls. You know, you set your cruise control at whatever, 85, 90, it's going to stay there. And that's, I'm not saying his game is on cruise control, but his results are very consistent. And, you know, he's also, as we talked about a little bit in pregame, he's really picked it up defensively, too. So he's playing on both ends of the court. And the worst thing you can do is, you know, talk trash to him. I think somebody kind of talked trash to him a little bit there in the latter part of the game, and he lit him up immediately. So, yeah, he's an entertainer. He's a great player. He's a winner. And he's only, what, 27, Gator?
27. Yeah.
So he's just now, I mean, they say you start peaking around 27, 28, 29. So he's, you know, he's just getting to a point where he's dominating the game, understanding how to be a winner night in and night out. All the things that LeBron has, you know, learned over his career as far as being in shape, being ready, being available. Luka is really showing the consistency in those areas.
Wow. Danny, he's been here for a year. Yeah. And he already has 17 40-point games. You see where he ranks
right behind Bron.
In Laker history, right
7
behind
years?
LeBron James. And he is going to continue to climb that list.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like I said, he just keeps climbing ladder. Obviously, Bron has been here 23 years. He's climbing all the other historic. But Luka, as a Laker, you know, he's climbing very fast for a guy that's only been here for a year. But like Big Game said, like, he's just consistent, night in, night out. He got hot. You don't want to make him mad. Things got chippy in there. You know, people talking trash to him. He did get a technical, so hopefully it gets rescinded. We won't know until later on. But if it doesn't, he might have to sit a game.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Hopefully that doesn't deter him or, you know, keep him off the track that he's on right now, because the train he's on, it's at a high speed.
You did this in the pregame show, like what the challenge can be in a game like this. How did you feel like you weathered it and were able to pull away in the fourth?
Yeah, I felt like you know we were a step slow, and I told the guys at halftime, you know, this is our 7th game of the road trip. You know, anytime you come back and there's a day in between, that's you're just in another city until you can get adjusted to the time zone and you get a couple days break. So, you know, the next 2 days will be good for us. You know, I think the biggest thing, honestly, because we were holding them to like 40 to 44% throughout the first half. We were just like a step slow to every 50-50 ball for most of the night. Got some in the fourth quarter. Our defense got progressively better throughout the game, and I thought a big part of that was you know, DA and Jackson, their rim protection with 8 blocks tonight deterred some other ones. That was really good. And then, you know, it's another game where, you know, Lakers shoot a lot of free throws. You know, that's how teams guard us. They foul on every possession, and that's another team that fouls on every possession. And so you have to factor that in. You're tired and cranky, and you got to play through stuff. And I thought our guys, you know, they managed it. And then, you know, we were, from a, you know, field goal percentage standpoint, we were over 50% for nearly the whole game. We just didn't get a lot of threes up and didn't make a lot of threes. And then, you know, we made 5 of our last 7, and that really opened things up for us.
What was your vantage point on the double tech that they called, and is that a process that you can appeal, like as you did the last one for Lucas Tech?
I'm sure we will appeal it. I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened.
The offensive rhythm that Luka's been in, what about it do you feel like is sustainable as the games matter even more down the stretch for playoff seeding and then the playoffs?
He's doing a great job of touching the paint right now for us, and that's been big, and not just for him to score, but also for him to collapse the defense. And I think that's when our offense is at its best when him and AR and LeBron in transition, when those guys can get in the paint.
Coach, Austin had 15 in the fourth, including I think 4 threes. How impactful was he tonight, late in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think again that's the made threes really opened things up. I know he hit the one at the end to put us up 17, but the other ones, they gave us a cushion, and I just it was a weird game for a lot of our guys because there wasn't a dead ball at the end of the first quarter, so AR had to play through his normal minutes, which then we had to take him out to start the second quarter, which we normally would have started him. So Jake's minutes got affected. We had to put Bronny in, even though he wasn't scheduled to be in, so that we had a ball handler on the court to start the second quarter. So then Vando's minutes got messed up, and then Luke's minutes got messed up. So maybe that had to do something with some of the crankiness. But, again, I think AR just being mentally tough and playing through everything that was happening in the game and just eventually found, his rhythm. And I think that started with getting to the free throw line. It started with touching the paint and scoring on some of those non-rim paint twos.
JJ, there's been a lot that's been said about tanking this season, but Brooklyn has a late lead on you guys, and their starters don't play most of the fourth quarter. Do you have any thoughts on the competitive equity side of games like these?
Not really. It's out of my pay grade.
Yeah, I'm a Japanese press. I want to ask about the Rui Hachimura. What kind of impact Rui Hachimura gave to the Lakers team?
Here's what I know. We are now 42-18 when Rui plays, which is about a 57-58 win pace. So that tells you all you need to know. His ability to space the floor, his size. It's so important for our team and our rotation.
JJ, you mentioned playing Bronny today, despite not planning to. I know you obviously played him in Indy too, but can I ask you about his faith, or your faith in him, and decision to play him today, and how he did? And
he did great today. If you want, I want to be respectful to your question. I gave a long soliloquy after the Indiana game. I'm sure you can find that, but he's always ready to play, and I, hit a big three when we were kind of things were getting a little wayward there in the second quarter with some turnovers, and I'm really happy with where he's at and very confident in where he's going to be as a player.
Thanks, Coach.